Check, check. Hope everybody's doing good. Just now getting on. I think it's going. Not 100% sure if we are live yet, but hope everybody's had a good week, good weekend. Looks like we got some people coming in, so we are on. Awesome. Just waiting on my phone's not caught up for some reason. So I was trying to hear what was going on. I would have to go out and go back in. So anyway, hope everybody's had a good couple of weeks. Didn't get a chance to do a show last Tuesday. I flew out to California, hung out with Chris all week, had a blast, and then flew back yesterday. Got back, went out and ate. By the time I got home, it was like 6:30, and I was like, well, I didn't try to get a live together yesterday, so went ahead and got one together so we could do it tonight. And this is kind of just an overview of some of the stuff I got. I didn't bring everything home. I couldn't get it all in my backpack and stuff. That I got some stuff from Long Beach I couldn't get home. I got a couple pieces from the convention I couldn't get home, but I'll be going back out pretty soon, and we're gonna go to me and Chris Easy Pickings. Y'all know Chris is in here. I got to hang out with him all week, so let me check on the chat and then we'll get back to what's going on. Sorry about that. Like I said, didn't get a chance to do one last night. I really wanted to. We were just catching up last Tuesday when I got to his place, and he was checking it out. Whole week action-packed, filled with getting a chance to go around California. I've never got the chance to see any of California other than getting off a plane, going to a hotel, do the Hot Wheels show, get back on the plane, and then coming back. So I hope everything's good. My camera is flashing on and off some. I don't know what's going on, but it is the webcam. So anyway, I hope everything goes good. So let's see who's in the chat. Deborah, hello, what's up? Mid-Century Monsters, what's going on? That green car that we talked about, the 442, he sold it before I got back to it, but I'm not 100% sure we'd like that scratch on the top. But anyway, we'll talk about that in a little bit. Carol, what's going on? My wife says I'm on. Awesome. Julian, what's going on? Chris Easy Pickings, if you hadn't subscribed to his channel or watched his stuff, you should. He just put a new video out today from Long Beach High Performance Swap Meet. Got a chance to go check that out with him. I've never been. It's one of my bucket list items to go check out the Long Beach Swap Meet. And we checked that out. Got a few things. He just dropped a video today on it. He got some cool stuff. I got some pretty cool stuff. I've got a few things to show you from there, but I did leave a lot of that at there. So, my dad's here. What's up? Ricky, what's going on? And Mike, hey, what's going on, buddy? Trying to get my, okay, I got my volume back fixed. So anyway, like I said, hope everybody's having a good time. We'll go over some of the stuff I picked up, and I hope, like I said, everybody's had a good week or so. Woody's here. So like I said, I first got in last Tuesday, got a chance to hang out with Chris. Had never seen the beach before, so we just kind of left from there, and he just took me up to a little drive before we went to his house. We went and checked out the beach for a minute, so at least I had that. But we actually ended up checking out the beach a couple more times, which is awesome. But then we went to the convention on Tuesday also, picked up our convention cars, which is really cool. I don't know what all y'all want to go over first. I mean, I can go over the convention cars if y'all want to do that first. But we checked out the convention cars first thing we got there, and we were able to get, of course, number one is the Civic. I think everybody has seen all these before, but I'll just go over them real quick. We got to get 3 of each of the Civic, and we got a chance to get a patch. So I went ahead and picked up the Civic and the patch. I got 3 of those, and I went ahead and got 3 of the Mustangs. The Mustangs, was pretty cool. I mean, that's the second time I think they've made the Code Red Mustang. So, I mean, a lot of people might not be too high on their list, but if you're a Mustang guy, you probably would want this piece, the way I figure. So, anyway, I thought that was pretty cool. Then we also got, oh yeah, on our first night, we also got a chance to get the pink party car. Of course, y'all know me, I'm going to be all over this 55. So I got to open this on an upcoming video soon. I'm going to try my best to work on trying to get these videos from the convention out really soon. Hopefully the next week or so, but I've got about 3 of them I got to get. Plus I got the Long Beach video. I was working on Redneck Rumble before I left, but whenever I come home and trying to check it out, I think I've messed up something to do with some audio, so I've got to go back in there and do that. So I apologize for not having that video out last week, because that's the first week I hadn't been on a video since I started, but it was well worth not having it out just to get the chance to hang out and have a good time. But like I said, pink party car 55 gasser is, to me, it's pretty awesome. I know a lot of people, if y'all got the there was a black and chrome when it came out, but then there was a blue and white one and a red and white one for the whenever you got the membership. I think it was I want to think 04. No, not 04. What am I saying? Maybe 14. But anyway, really looks good. I'm gonna open it. It'll be with that next little bit. Obviously, I'll do a video on opening it. Had to open some stuff to bring it home too. Let me get over here to the chat, and we'll go over the rest of these cards real quick. Then we'll get into some of the stuff we actually found. Let's see. We got looks like everybody's saying hi to everybody. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chat, but like I said, if there's anything you want to talk about, just let me know. I'm gonna slowly go through what we got. We got the, I don't know if y'all can see it up there. Let me see if I can put it up. We got the bag, we got a badge. Also bought the license plate, which was pretty cool. So I like the way they've been doing license plates lately. So went ahead and picked up the license plate. Ricky, you need a Mustang, holler at me, buddy. I've got, I think I got 2 left of the Mustangs. So if you want one, let me know. We'll figure it out, no problem. Then we got the folder. Let's see if I can get this folder out. In the folder, we got a couple of cool, these are just coasters, which is pretty cool, cork coasters. Wasn't expecting that. So I thought we'd go over that too, pretty cool. And then, of course, you get your folder, and inside your folder will be your itinerary. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's awful bright down here. I hope that the show ain't too bright. But anyway, you get your itinerary and stuff, the official itinerary and all that in there. Just going over some stuff that you actually get whenever you get your folder and stuff from the convention. And then also in there was a surprise to me. Well, that wasn't a surprise. You always usually get a pen and a notepad, because these things come in handy when you're running around the convention. Trying to remember where everything is. So we got that going on. But also on the bottom of the bag was a cool keychain. And I got the Civic out of the keychains, and Chris ended up getting the Mustang out of the keychain. It's just, you know, they were randomly put in bags, it looked like. So kind of cool. So I went ahead and obviously I got that with that. So that's kind of what you get on the first day. And then they opened up the newsletter. I don't know if y'all are into the newsletter car or not, but y'all can check that out. We got the newsletter car, which was the Lambo. Buddy of mine is his son is collecting these Lambos, so he said he wanted this piece, so I'm gonna get that to him. And of course, then they had the dinner car, which I think everybody kind of liked the dinner car, or at least a lot of people did. So I ended up getting a couple of these, trading around or whatever you want to call it. I talked to some buddies. We ended up making a deal, so I got a couple of them to. So Chris got one, and I also got one from my buddy that collects. He works at Nissan, where he used to work with me, and he's getting this one. I don't collect that casting, but I do collect the finale car. Got lucky. We got 2 of those because I bought the extra ones. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Like I said, the glare is crazy. I hope you can see that. But the Batmobile, cool combi, or I call it the combi Batmobile. So anyway. Obviously, one of those are going to get ripped. I do collect the combis. They're all back here. As far as I know, I think I've got all the combis right now up to date, but I'm sure there's maybe a variation or 2 I could probably use. I need another one with the Moon Eyes overpaint. So let me check out the chat, and that kind of gets you up to date to what convention cars that was available and what they gave out as far as that goes. Um, let's see. Let me go back up. It says a lot of people is starting to say, yeah, Ricky's a Mustang guy. Yeah. Not shut up since he's been home. Yeah, it's been trying to tell, I can't describe uh, a week like that, unless you're into cars, real cars, Hot Wheels. I mean, if you're into that, it was just crazy. Um, Somebody said they liked their locker by. Yeah, that was cool. Um, Woody. Everybody's saying what's up. Deborah says he's jealous. Easy. I need one, please. Yeah, Ricky, I'll stick you one to the side. Um, I don't know if y'all's camera are jumping or anything. My camera keeps flickering on and off. I don't know if that's coming through the TV or not. I hope not. It was a blast. Like I said, I went to that room and I took a couple pictures of that car and I kept looking at it and that scratch just kept bothering me. The only reason that I laid it back down was because I just wasn't for sure because that scratch was the big. I mean, there was some nicks, but so by the time I went back, of course, it was gone. Unfortunately, those 442s in green are getting a little bit more expensive. So anyway, I apologize for that. But I do have something that you might be interested in, and I'll message you later about it. They're checking out some different things. Hey, what's up, Ron and Teresa? I appreciate it. Ron and Teresa was there. Got a chance to check out their downhill, and they hung out with us during the auction. Had a blast at the auction. I know a lot of people, kind of don't like. I mean, I like the auction because it's fun. So we had a good time at the auction, checking out all that craziness. And then, okay, a slight flicker. See, that's my problem. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to change this. I updated it again, like it says, and it's been flickering ever since. And it's the camera in here. So anyway, I don't know if it's too much light or something. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, man, I've looked at all those green ones you sent me, and I found a couple, but the prices on those things have got a little crazy, to say the least. So, but anyway, so we'll get into some of the cool stuff I found. Now, I know I think it was I can't remember if it was my very first pickup, but it was almost my first pickup. And I know this is not car related, but it's super cool to find one of these out. This guy had a bunch of sports cards, and right on the rip, if anybody knows much about sports cards, this was in his folder, or this was in there, and he had a big folder of old ball cards and stuff, and I seen this one in there, and he had this one out, and I was like, man, I'd like to have that. So anyway, he ended up making me a deal on it. I mean, I probably got this card a couple times out in the shop somewhere if I can find my cards, but I just went ahead and picked it up anyway because getting a Michael Jordan rookie card is not something that you see like tons out in the wild. So luckily got a chance to pick this one up. It's not too bad a shape. It is off centered and stuff, but what do you expect, for a rookie card? At least it ain't been in half, but I'm just tickled to have one. I know I've got some probably out in the shop, which will be, after I find them or whatever, but it's just nostalgia when I see the Jordan rookie, because I remember collecting all the Bulls and White Sox guys, the Frank Thomases and all those. So anyway, got a chance to pick that up. I know that ain't car related, but then I ended up finding a few red lines, which is really cool. And yeah, there's let's see, make sure I check up with this before we get into we'll get into these hauls up here first, and I'll tell you a little bit about that backstory. Let me see what's going on here. Slight flicker, sorry about that. No, it's no problem looking. I don't mind. I look for a lot of people, and they're always those harder to find pieces that you do see some at the convention, but a lot of people are proud of them. Yeah, I know what you mean by that one, by picking them up. It's not something you're just going to go on there. First convention, no doubt it was VIP experience, lifetime having Jason as a guide. I appreciate it, Chris. So, little backstory is kind of funny. The first day we walked in after we got our cars, I think it was like the second, I don't know if it was the second or third room we walked in. Larry Wood had a room with a few cars, and he had a lot of his hand-drawn pieces. And Brendan Vendusky was in there, the creator of the 55 Gasser. And so we were talking, and Chris had noticed his GTO. He was out to Long Beach swap meet the month before, and was talking to him about his GTO, and he had told him about a car that he had just picked up, and so he invited him down to bring his car out and park it out front, which was really cool. So we got a chance to take his 73 Trans Am out front, park it, and everybody had it's an awesome car. But parked it out front with all, had all the designers' cars out there with it, which was really cool. That was a cool experience too. But then Larry also kind of was like, he's got a friend that's friends with Larry that lives just down the street from him, and Larry invited us to go out and check out his garage sometime out in Long Beach. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll get a chance to do that soon, or at least Chris will get to go check it out. But either way, that's an awesome invite to go see Larry's personal garage and all that. But anyway, that was just a blast. Like I said, he parked his Trans Am out there all day Saturday, and then Sunday we went and he got a chance to park his Challenger out front Sunday during the what am I saying, the show after we come back from Long Beach. But anyway, just a little tidbit of something that was kind of cool. Experiences like that is, sometimes you don't get a lot of that stuff, but it is what it is. And we had a blast. So let me see what we're looking at right here. My first convention, no doubt. Yeah. There's the mid-century monsters. Those green ones are getting crazy. I didn't see one real Camaro. I saw two fakes. I seen no real Camaros. I saw one Mighty Maverick. He was mighty on the price. And I seen one Demon, and they were mighty on the price. So, get it graded. It's worth it. My son had several rated. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I just ain't too keen on sending off cars. I know that people do it all the time, and it makes it worth a lot of money. I don't know. I'm just more nostalgic for the card than I am for the money on that one. But it's not a possibility not to. But it wasn't grade high. I don't believe it's off centered. It looks pretty clean, other than it's off centered quite a bit in the front and the back. My wife's saying something now. He was definitely in his element. I would always stay in the room, sell, drink coffee, and order food. That was my role. Yeah, that's for sure. So anyway, got a new hat. I'm trying to get used to this bill. It was a flat bill. I'm slowly trying to get it bent down. So thought that was pretty cool. But I'm going to have to switch until I can get it finished bent down. I'm not used to a flat bill. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not used to that pressure right there on the front and not touching over here kind of. I must have been messing up some. Let me see what I'm at. So, anyway, so I believe, I picked this. If anybody knows the variations on the old number 5, this is what I picked up. At first, I was in the room, and a guy had this old number 5, and if you can see in there, it doesn't have the louvers on the front hood. The variations pretty much are, there's the different bases. You've got your Hong Kong base, you've got a Malaysia base, but you've also got the with and without louvers on the front. And the one of mine without the louvers is in pretty good, not the best shape. So I was lucky to find this. I was thinking, well, I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up so I can open it when I get back, because it's got a couple of holes. You can see it's stapled right there. Well, I didn't even realize till I got out. Well, it's hard to show it there. I don't know if that's all whitened out or y'all or not. See if I can do that. Anyway, ended up finding out, I didn't think about it. This is a foreign package, so I was like, I don't think I need to I don't think I could open that one out of the foreign package, so I just went ahead and kept that one. So I thought, well, I'll just kind of, I didn't even realize, like I said, till I got back looking. And then, so I was looking around in other rooms, and I ended up finding another one, an American card, or, you know, US card. And it's not got the louvers either, which is kind of difficult to find. It's got your Hong Kong base. It's a little bit more gloss than the red on that one, but and then it's like the card is super nice on this and it's unpunched, so I'm kind of thinking, okay, now do I open this one? So I've got to kind of decide on that, but then there's more. I've actually got one back here. I've been wanting an example. I don't know if a lot of y'all remember the 2-packs back in the day. Literally, Hot Wheels, I guess, was not selling their cars real good at one point, I guess. I don't know. But they ended up doing this buy one, get one free. But all they did back then was they actually slapped a sticker and put double-sided tape on it. So I don't know if y'all ever noticed, some of y'all's packaging may have like this tape residue on the back. Like if it was a good card underneath, you'll see some of that tape residue on the back there. Of course, this one's got a big sticker that says, and I've been wanting one of these stickers, stickered cards double pack for a while. This one was sold at Toys R Us for 97 cents. It's really what makes it cool. But this is an old number 5. It does have the louvers. I'm trying to show you the louvers so you can kind of get a better idea of it. But I've been wanting one of these for a while, so we ended up making a deal on this. Had another car. I had him fill in another car to make the deal kind of worth it, because like I said, this is not, you know, nothing meant. This is just something that I wanted to put in my collection, because I didn't have any of these, and I just thought it'd make a kind of cool trifecta deal. And of course, everybody knows this is kind of number 1. I think I've got it up there, but this was the first card they numbered, so that's the reason number 5. Old number 5 is kind of popular, which I don't know why they didn't make it number 5 instead of number 1, but it is what it is. So I was excited to find that. It was kind of meant for me to get that, but also picked up a piece with it because he basically, it was going to be the same price with and without it. And y'all can look at this. Y'all kind of know what it should be. It's not what you think it is. This is a complete custom. I just was going to let it show y'all out there that the color is not even correct, but for me collecting the bus, this is one that I never have owned and I probably never will own. And since he kind of throwed it in on the deal, I just went ahead and took it, and it's going to be a place filler. My plan is to take a black permanent marker. As soon as I find one, I'll put you know, fake down here, and then I'm going to open the body and put fake on the inside. And it's just basically stickers. This ain't even really coated on good, but it's just a placeholder, and it was going to be about the same price to buy that with this, so I had him throw it in. No big deal. He knew it was fake to begin with. He told me right up the front. There was nothing about it, but anyway, I just wanted it. So I picked that up. So probably my biggest pickup of this weekend, we'll get into my red lines next, unless y'all want to go over errors. Maybe I'll need to ask y'all what y'all want to go next. We can go over the red line stuff. I got some stuff Chris gave me I want to show y'all too, but let me get caught up. I've been just slapping my jaws the whole time. I just want to make sure that I'm keeping up with the chat a little bit. Looking for the flying colors. Yeah, he's looking for the Mighty Maverick, the Demon, the Heavy Chevy, and the Flat Out 442. Sir Rodney Roadster. So funny about the Sir Rodney Roadster, we'll talk about this one next. Anybody knows what that is, knows that that's probably one of the tougher Sir Rodney Roadsters made. Besides, obviously, there's a green one too that I looked for this weekend too, but I didn't get a chance to find a green one. But anyway, this is the orange one, and this is a really tough piece to find if you're not, you know, if you're not up on them. This was also an alternate color, the green, and there was an orange, and I got lucky to pick up this orange one, and I'm just lucky to have one. I wasn't really looking for it. It just kind of fell in my lap, and crazy price on it. And literally, I offered the guy $5 less, walked out of the room, and thinking, I'm probably never going to find this car again for anywhere close to this price. So I went back and bought it. But it was pretty wild. Like I said, if y'all know what that is, y'all know what I'm saying. Uh, sorry, I didn't want to. Then we got me and Chris was talking to a guy in his room, and he had brung his original red lines from when he was a kid. He had a lot of newer stuff, but he had one little section over here that had original red lines when he was a kid. And literally almost every car in there, I know I bought two from him, but Chris bought two. I felt like I kind of didn't really pressure him, but I was kind of suggesting Chris buy one that maybe he wouldn't have normally got. He got an awesome power pad bread line, and it was probably the meanest power pad that I've seen. There was no yellowing on the camper. I should have prung mine down so y'all could have saw it. It's up there. Mine's in pretty good shape, but his was really cool. I had a few of the flower stickers here and there, but I didn't see any big scratches, chips, nothing on that thing. But he bought that, and he ended up buying a snake also. But we also got the pins with them. But I'll show you. This is the shape they were in. I mean, every one of them. This is the pin for the one I picked up, the 6-shooter. Something you don't see a ton of out there. I don't know if y'all noticed whenever you're looking for red lines. But you don't see the power pad that often. I'm sorry, power pad. You don't see the 6-shooter that often, but look at the shape on. I don't know if y'all this will come across. It has a little bit of toning, but even look at the glass on it. Every car this guy had was like mint, and he had the button to almost every one of them, and that was really cool. But this thing, he was super fair on his prices. If I, I should have looked a little harder. I did buy a couple of cars from him, but I probably should have bought a few more for, what it was, being an original collection. But this one replaces one in my collection for sure. I'll show you the one that was in my collection. And that was another reason I picked it up. So, I mean, there's no comparison to what it's replacing. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's crazy the shape these things were in. So I had to pick that up. That kind of gives me a one that I won't ever have to be looking for unless one falls in my lap, like super cheap. And it's like I said, it's one you don't see a ton of out there. Y'all might see them more than I do. Y'all can let me know. But I don't see that one a lot, so I went ahead and picked it up. And then I picked up this. What's going on? I don't know what's going on with this OBS. I hope that it comes back. Check. I hope I'm back. All right. Anyway, I hope that's coming through. It said it disconnected and connected back. So I don't know what's going on. I hope it doesn't. Anyway, I'll try to make sure everything's working correctly. So anyway, I don't mean to bore you with the red lines, but we'll finish them up. If that's what I don't know if that's what you're into. This one, he didn't know why it was like this. This thing is, I mean, about as many as I've ever seen. But literally the whole thing is separated. Look at the bottom. Rivets are still in it, and the rivets are there, but they're completely. I mean, this thing is like mint, but the whole thing has come apart, and he didn't know how, and the rivets are still in. They're not loose or anything. But he didn't remember, about the top and where the interior is. So kind of crazy. This is the one that's in my collection, but I kind of like the story that went with it, so I went ahead and picked it up. This one's not bad, and actually this was in pretty nice shape. I wasn't looking for this, but I just like the story that didn't really know how this happened. Don't really see stuff where the rivets broke like that, and being that this in this nice a shape, I don't believe this was playware that broke it. I just think this was whenever they put it together, maybe it wasn't connected well. But anyway, I went ahead and picked it up. I hope everybody can still see what's going on so far. Can y'all hear that? I hope you can. Okay, so I went into another room. I really like this Nomad, and the main reason I picked a Nomad up, the stickers are really cool on it, but obviously I bought it for this side. I'm going to be displaying it with this side. I love the STP sticker on the door. Nomad's in pretty good shape otherwise, but I'm a sucker for the stickers, and I just thought that STP sticker really set it off. It's got a really dark base. I've never noticed a base on one of these this dark before. I'm not 100% sure what the story is on that, but it's pretty cool. But I just bought it mainly because I like the way they had it stickered up with the STP on the side. And we got it, obviously I got it cheap enough to where it was worth picking up. So let me make sure everybody's good on the chat. Everybody good on the chat? I don't know if the chat's working. I'm going to put test in there because I don't know if it's working or not. Okay. I put test. So it is working. Like I said, if there's anything y'all want to see more of, just let me know. I'm just going through some of the pickups we got and telling y'all the story behind how we picked them up and all that good stuff. But yeah, it could be a casting flaw on that one. But my favorite Redline pickup, maybe between this one and the Sir Rodney Roadster, but this one right here obviously is a Beatnik Bandit. My color, my love the tampos all over it, and I don't know if y'all can see that, NHRA, NCO, all the stickers on it. Now this collection had showed up on Facebook, one of the groups where somebody had bought this collection, and every car was pretty much mint. This is a tab base. The base is shiny as can be. This had showed up in Facebook in one of the groups. I'm not sure if it showed up because somebody bought it or somebody was about to sell it, but every car had stickered all over it and customized to the hilt as far as sticker wise, and a little bit of a paint. You can see a little paint dot on the front. And after I saw them, I was like, I want to pick up a piece of that collection, and it was sure enough there at the convention. So I ended up picking up this, and I couldn't have been more happy with that pickup. So obviously it'll go in my Beatnik Bandit collection back here. And I got a couple more pieces of Beatnik Bandit stuff. Since we're talking about bandits, y'all all right with me talking about bandits? I picked up this piece at the Long Beach swap meet and car show. But check out that old school postcard there. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's got a little staining on the side, but it's got the Beatnik Bandit, and if y'all can see the sign back there, it's a Beatnik Bandit built by Ed Roth, and it's got Hot Wheels on the thing. That was probably my favorite find at the swap meet. I mean, I found some really cool stuff, but this original postcard is just too cool. So that'll be going with my Beatnik Bandit collection over here whenever I get all that stuff put out. Not sure how I'm going to display all this yet, but I do want to get, when I get all my stuff out, I like to get my Beatnik Bandits out so I can see them a little bit more. Yeah, they stickered that thing. It's great. Thank you, Ron and Teresa. They said that my sources of my videos, whatever, it's playing. Then I'll go ahead and show y'all this one, because y'all probably know what this may go to. And this is one of the last pieces for the Beat 16. I wanted to go over that too. But since we were talking about Beatnik Bandits, I had to pick up a different color because most of the stuff we had in our collection, it seemed like it was mostly blue and like an aqua or green. So I just wanted something a little different. I don't know what color this is. I think we were looking at it thinking it might be like a magenta. It's like a pink into a magenta color, so we don't know. But as you can see, no engine, missing 3 wheels, little scratching on top, but I like the color so much, so I had to have that. For the Beat 16 challenge, and we'll visit that toward the end because I did finish it this time. Finally finished it at the convention. I figured that we would. Did you check out that Nissan mini truck at the flea market? Yeah, we did. It was awesome. Did you get a chance to see? If you got a chance to see Chris's video, it was on Chris's video. When I put my video out, it'll be on it too, because that took me back, like we talked about, back to the 90s. Kind of funny you said that, because I bought the 2-pack of the Nissan trucks you're talking about. I bought the 2-pack of these because I needed this color. I know it looks just like the first release. This is a little bit different color on the stripe and stuff on this one, and then this Sunny come with it too. I can't remember what year this one was, like 65 it says. But I wanted this truck, but you know, it come in a 2-pack. I did open them there so I could bring them back. I'll probably throw that in somewhere in one of my videos, but kind of neat little yoga mat and stuff in the back. Looks like a purse back of that one. I don't really collect this casting, so I'm sure somebody does. I'll trade it around. And then this right here was the different color on the stripe on the side. If you collect that casting, I hadn't picked it up because I thought it was the same. And then when I was there and I saw it, I said, something's a little bit different on that one, but here's the original one back here. I'll pull it out. Hard to show maybe there, but this one's a whole lot lighter tempo and a different kind of color than this one. If you'll see in that, I guess the bluish color you call it there on the side on the heartbeat, like dang. And it, you know, it's the same on both sides. Everything else looks kind of the same. The little Nissan symbols and stuff on the back, everything else kind of looked the same, but the tampos are a different color. And so obviously I like to collect every variation, and so I went ahead and picked those up. So I would have both of those. So I'm excited to add that, and actually say now I've got them all that I know of that's out. And if I'm missing something, y'all let me know on those, because I've got, that makes, 6 different ones of that I know of now. Somebody said, oh yeah, Mid-Century Monsters. Oh, I didn't pick that up. I did too until I was in Kurt's room. I don't know if y'all know Kurt. He's the one that sells the hot cases I carry around with me. But anyway, we was in his room, and he had it there, and I kept looking at it. I looked at it a couple times before I actually ended up going back and picking it up. I said, something's a little off. But I went ahead and picked it up, and sure enough, I got it home. I figured worst case scenario would be the same, and then I'd have an extra. But no, it's a different. I knew there had to be something, because every one of those in those 2-packs have something different than the previous release. They look the exact same, but they got something different. Sorry, I keep rambling about that stuff. But anyway, I thought that was fun and cool. I'll go over a couple more things I picked up real quick. Like I said, I don't want to bore everybody with all these, some of this other stuff. But check out this kid paint on this Roger Dodger Redline here. It is a metal base, but somebody painted it black, but he kept the flames on the front and the back, which is really cool. So I thought that was a really cool pickup there. Just because I like the kid paint. I like the way that the flames look. So that's pretty cool. And I also picked up this piece. And this one is actually a Scorcher that I can't remember having. And it was cheap. It is not in mint shape at all. It was cheap, but I at least have a casting of it until maybe I can find a better one, because this one is pretty beat. But I just wanted it to fit into the collection till I can figure out what. So sorry about that. Kid paints are another one of the fun things I got. Little backstory on this car too. We'll get into my eras next. A few eras that I picked up. See what y'all think. This one right here is probably one of my favorite eras. Of course, this is why it's on a Hotbird. So Little backstory on this one, if y'all want to know. Chris and me was checking it out. He found we found some hot birds in a room. Um, he found a brown hot bird that was in pretty played with condition. We're talking about probably C5 condition. He found a pretty nice gold hot ones, and he found this one, which he collects the hot birds, but it had a spot on the back. But he made a real good deal because the brown one alone was worth what he gave for everything. Even though brown ones are hard to get by, even if they're in really rough shape. Um, but he got this one home. I didn't think he was going to be happy with that, but then I come around and found out when he flipped it over and started looking, it's got a base casting area there where they didn't cast it all the way. And a lot of this base all the way around the edges, if you can see there, is really rough. And it's got a complete hole in there right where the Hot Wheels go. So obviously, being an era guy, Chris was like, just find me one, to replace it, because I told him he wasn't going to be happy with that little spot. But, he was good with it. So I ended up finding him a couple of really nice. I found him another black wall one, and we got us a gold hot one. So we did some trading on that. So I'm just tickled to have that in my collection. I'm an era guy, and I love the old eras. No, it's probably nothing major to most people. I just think that's cool. So I got that. Chris ended up buying it first. I inspected it, then we did some trading after it was over with. So that was really cool. But he was cool with that. But he knew what I was into. And then I want to show y'all this one. This was the craziest era. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the package so you can see it. I haven't took this out of the package since I got it, but I'm going to take it out so y'all can see it a little easier if y'all are into eras. I'll let y'all take a second, and y'all know what's going on with this car? I'll let y'all see the top if y'all don't know what it is. It's number 88 in the package. And this was probably one of the wildest eras that I seen when I was there. There was another one I wanted to go back and get, but after I saw this one, I ended up picking this one up. Another guy had a Real Rider that had a gray wheel on the front and a white wheel on the back, or vice versa. So it had one of each of the wheels, and that was pretty wild. I almost got it, but then I found this, and I just thought this was crazy. Yeah. Let me show you one, a regular one here. In case y'all didn't know, this thing's crazy. I mean, if you know that casting, it's just crazy the way it looks. You're gonna definitely notice that if you're into the original blue card stuff. So pretty wild. You know what? I didn't even look on the other side to see if it had tampos. I'm looking right now. Yeah, the other side's tampoed. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I don't want to bend the card, but the other side I can definitely see the red coming up. So it's definitely was tampoed on one side. It just missed it on that side. So pretty cool. Just letting you know. I know if you're not into eras, it may not be that big a deal, but this thing is crazy. Um, anybody knows me, I'm kind of into eras, so a lot of people bring me eras, and that's really cool. So I picked that up. That was one of the biggest eras of the weekend that I saw. Also picked up this Nissan hard body. I don't know if y'all can see in there or not, but the whole windshield is not put in correctly. There's a big gap, and it's like slid down into the car. So I don't know if y'all can see that or not. So I did pick that up also. Plus it's a Nissan hard body. Sorry. And Chris gave me an era that he had in his collection. So I have to thank him for this. I like the Super Cow Customs, but if you look in there, it's missing the big wheels on the back of that one. Kind of crazy. It's got it on the inside, which is cool, but it's missing it on the outside. So really cool era. And obviously this will go up in my old school era collection, which is cool. Yeah, that's right. I love it too. Yeah, crazy. $1,000. They talking about them Ferraris. Almost every Ferrari prototype at the. That's what Ron and Teresa's talking about on there. Now, about every Ferrari, as soon as it come up for bid at the prototypes at the auction, was $1,000 just start. So I just started going $1,000 right off the bat. Not that I was bidding, but somebody was bidding behind us. So it was fun. Some of that stuff went crazy. I don't know if y'all saw the prototype wheel at the end that had all the 16 original cars with the prototypes in it that they just released. It went for 10 grand. So that was kind of crazy. To the guy that's sitting like literally right behind us. But also picked up this 2-pack. This is a pack you don't see very often. Got the solid brown back, and realistically, I needed to see about this. I don't know if I'm gonna open it yet. I really don't know. It's starting to separate a little bit, so I might end up opening this one. But I didn't have an example of this package, and this is from '92. I know it's a little bit past when I normally collect, but it's got the hot bird there. I mean, the hot bird. Got the '80s Firebird there. This is the only way you could get this color. And it's got a Gulch stepper down there, and if y'all know those Gulch steppers, that's like the same tempo as most of Leo's got on them. So anyway, kind of a little bit different piece you don't see a lot. So I went ahead and picked it up. Thought that was cool. So let's see, where was I at? That's kind of gone through all the eras that I know of. Uh, this piece right here was sitting on a guy's thing as he was walking out, and I didn't realize it was a Hot Wheel. I picked it up, and it had a Hot Wheel symbol on it. I don't know a lot about this year's stuff. This was from 2008. I didn't pay much attention to the bigger scale stuff, but for $2, I'm like, I can't leave Speed Racer for $2, and it's a Hot Wheel. So just something I wanted to pick up, so I picked it up. Now, this is something that we found in the room, and I think Chris has ended up picking this up. And then everybody knows Rough Riders, and of course Trans Ams, Firebirds. And anyway, he ended up told me to take it, put it back in my collection of. I've got a few of these that I picked up over the last bit, and I've got stompers, so they kind of go all hand in hand. So I ended up getting that from him, which is awesome. I appreciate it. Obviously, it ain't going anywhere. It's staying in the collection. Trying to think. Oh yeah, we got some more stuff over here. Of course, probably stuff that y'all already have seen before. But I've been collecting these cars, the Power Commands. I'll show you the package for it. I opened this before I left too. These were the Power Commands. But I walked into the room. The blister was yellow, but the cars were perfect in the package, and the guy told me I could have it for $2, and I was like, I was blown away for $2. So brand new in the package for $2. Of course, it was yellow packaging, but if you collect these are usually always gone out in the field because they throw them in a box or something. That little wing will just pop right off. So if y'all are out and about, y'all see that, it's no big deal. But if you're out and about and you see one that says Power, it's got those, and y'all happen to have any extras, let me know if y'all don't need them, because I'm looking for a few of those. But if you find any of those in a tub of cars, all I was going to get at, long story short, look in the bottom. You might be able to find that wing, but because they pop off easily. But anyway, tickled to death to get those for $2. So kind of a cool piece. Said I ripped it because it was yellowed and already had some cracks in it. I did video opening it, so I may show that on one of the videos or something. Trying to think what's next. So be bopping around. Sorry, if I'm all over the place. Y'all let me know if there's anything y'all want to kind of talk about that I'm kind of going over maybe fast. Guy had this box back there, and this was in front of it. Never seen one. And I collect just about anything that has the Toyota truck from Toy Story, Pizza Planet truck. And he had this little mini, And I had never seen this before. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I had never seen this thing before, and I thought it was awesome, so I picked it up too. And it's by Mattel, but it was, I believe this was this may have been released in Japan. I'm not 100% sure, but I hadn't seen this one, so I went ahead and picked it up. I think we were talking about 1/50th scales last time I was on here doing the live, or the time before, one of the two. Walked into a room and it looked like they had a 69 charger there, but I don't think I had this one, but I didn't. So I went ahead and picked it up, and I opened it before I come home too, because the packaging is kind of big and I collect them loose anyway. So I went ahead and picked that one up. On them, I just collect the 69 charger, and I collect the Hot Bird. Obviously, was the other one, which is these over here. For those that didn't see that live last time I was live, this scale on the Hot Bird. Well, it's actually, I think they're called 77 TAs on there, year one and stuff. Then, of course, couldn't help walking in some of these premiums. They had the premiums marked down $3. So I picked up Beavis and Butthead Pacer. I went ahead and ripped it before I left, put it up because I was going to open it anyway to have it in the collection. Thought that was cool if you're into Beavis and Butthead. Then I collect this casting, and this was the newer release of the Masters of the Universe of the Dodge A100. And that was pretty awesome there. Then picked up the MTV Dairy Delivery. If I'd have had room, I probably would have bought all of these and all the Beavis and Buttheads for $3 a piece. But I didn't have much room to put everything in the luggage as it was. I left some stuff at Chris's place. So when I go back here in a few weeks to do the SEMA show, we're going to do that also. So if you're not subscribed to Chris Easy Pickings, you might want to be if you're into. He's got some Hot Wheel, probably different aspect of the Hot Wheel show. And then I'll do the Long Beach show. And he'll have a different aspect of his first Hot Wheel convention and what's, kind of cool to him or whatever he ended up taking video of. Of course, mine will be kind of like I normally do, but we're going to collab on those and the other. So if y'all start seeing some of his stuff in your feed and my stuff, and if you watch his channel, my stuff in his feed, that's why, because, we're in each other's video on the next few videos. So anyway. So that's kind of everything here. No, I'll take it back. I got one more piece that I picked up before I go over some other things. This piece was one of the black boxes. And as soon as I opened it, I was going to show Chris, and I dropped it, and it broke the front end off of it. So, and the front end is still broke off. I'll go ahead and take it off for a second so you can see it. Check out, I never noticed that behind there, if you could see, it had a serpentine belt system up there. I know these things were so detailed, but I never noticed that serpentine belt set up behind that. So that fell off. Obviously, I'll have to put a little piece of strip of super glue or something on there to hold that on. But I thought it was cool. I didn't remember having that color, so I picked it up. Obviously, I dropped it, but that's all right. I do collect that casting. I just think it's really detailed and it looks great. And let's see where the thing is. Mini truck, need that. Yeah, I had never seen that before, so I had to go ahead and pick it up. I noticed that they shrank Chris's car and packaged it. Yeah. It's right here, matter of fact. So, Daddy actually found this for me while I was gone. He knew Chris had this exact car, and anyway, I do anything Trans Am too. So it's kind of funny. We went in when we were talking to Brendan that first night. He was telling us that he had just got done doing a main line with the exact same options of what his car, black interior, white car, blue bird on the 73. And he also said, I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think he said there's a premium that might be coming out soon with the same kind of, layout. So some of y'all may have been seeing this lately in the stores. I think everybody that's I've heard said they've been finding at Dollar General. That's where Mom and Daddy, I think they found theirs, or this one for my collection here. And obviously I'm going to put it back here with stuff that I got from Chris. And it'll go with his stuff there. So that was a really cool piece that they found. I thought that was awesome. Got a chance to ride around in that car. Was a blast. Definitely cool. It is a different aspect to get let's see. Definitely a challenge to get footage from the rooms. Yeah, sometimes some people are just kind of like, you know, more reserved. I don't know how else to explain it. It was a good time though. Had a great time. I think everybody had a good time. I think most everybody at the conventions know how it is. Like as soon as you get up and start running, and it's like all night. So there was a lot to see. We didn't get to see everything that was there, but we got to see a lot of it. Couple other pieces that, well, I'll show you something that I got a couple things from the Long Beach suites. And this is one of the pieces I got from Long Beach. This is on some kind of stand, like a trophy. Now, I'm not saying it come on this stand, but I thought that was pretty cool. Got the Wile E. Coyote right there. And I thought I'd show you that one. Pretty crazy. I thought that was neat. This is metal, and it's a little different than the ones I'd seen before. So I went ahead and picked this up. I also picked up, let me see. Oh yeah, probably one of my favorite pickups. This is the kind of stuff I was hoping to find there was this piece here. If you're into drag racing much and that kind of thing, something like this really like tripped my trigger when I saw it. And this is from 1984, but it's in HRA drag racing there. Original pieces from whenever they drag race here. This side's a little bit more dirty. I'm not sure. This you just blow it up and set on it. I'm sure from back in the day, but thing's pretty awesome. So I went ahead and picked that up. I thought that was cool. Trying to think a couple other things I picked up. Oh yeah, I picked up. I went to Bright Vision again. They were there at the show on Sunday. Somebody reached out and was wanting one of these, so I actually picked up two just in case somebody was looking for one. It's the Red Line wheel straightener, and then I picked up a couple more replacement boards because I took those other ones and put them on the back of the. I took the ones off of one of my Dioras. I'm sorry, I took the ones that I bought last time I was going to buy for Dioras and actually put them on the the beach bomb that I had. Actually, it's back here, right here. So I put that last time. I put that on the beach bomb, and I needed to get another set for one of my Dioras. So I got this Diora. It's pretty nice Diora. It's not like 100% gem mint, but it's pretty cool. Let me see what's going on. Somebody's talking here. Let's see. Glad you had a great time. Yeah, it was. Picked up. They're awesome. I appreciate it. Got a bolt. See you later, Woody. Woody's heading out. And so anyway, I picked up a couple of boards just to finish these up. These aren't original. You can kind of tell by the thickness, especially in the fins. They're a lot thicker. But whenever they're on display, it's pretty cool just to be able to have a full piece of, full car to display or whatever. So anyway, that one's going to be a display piece, and I think they actually look better than some of the original boards, because a lot of the original boards, if you'll notice, or at least some of mine, they kind of start bending and lifting up a little bit because they're a little thin. But anyway, that mine do. Other people's may not. But anyway, bought that. I bought a couple of them, and I got an extra tool to straighten the wheels out because I wasn't 100% sure if somebody else had asked for one. Oh yeah, I got a couple of stickers. Frankie's back here holding a sticker I picked up. And if you're into Snake and Mongoose, this is actually the Mongoose when he was running the Navy car. I hadn't seen a sticker this size before, and I picked this up at the Long Beach Swap Meet. This was, and I picked up two STP stickers. One of them I put, I don't know if you can see it up there, but one of them I put in my name badge before I come back, because I'll remember this one as the time I got a chance to go to both, and that's where it'll stay. And then the other one I gave to Chris. They, by the way, 60 stickers most of the time do not stick when you pull them off, so just be careful. I'm not going to pull this one off. I'm going to go ahead and probably put this in some kind of frame, but thought it was awesome. I'll let Frankie hold on to it for right now. And then probably one of my favorite things, Chris gifted to me, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, what is this right here? This is probably the closest thing to rat fink that's not rat fink I've ever seen. It's kind of crazy. Let me read these things before we go over this thing. I got to show you this thing in action. Let's see. Can you get the Redline tool and some Redline Hong Kong wheels and message me? We can connect your address and payment. Yeah, just hit me up on Instagram or whatever, and we can. I've got this one extra. Um, that's why I bought an extra one, just in case somebody might end up wanting it. Um, but every time I go to the convention, I try to pick up those. Those seem to be pretty popular. I probably needed to buy 3 or 4, but bought 2 this time because I knew I'd need one guy. Another guy needed one. So yeah, just now the Redline wheels I don't have. Uh, but you can get with Bright Vision and get the wheels for them. But I can go when I go back to the next convention. I'm sure they'll be there. But this thing's called Road Rage. If y'all hadn't ever seen it before, but this thing's crazy. I'm gonna show you a little demo. Some of y'all I may lose some of y'all on this, but see if y'all can hear that. Then you shift it. Anyway, I hope that wasn't too loud. That thing's crazy though. So it's definitely going to be part of the Rat Fink stuff. So, anyways, hopefully y'all didn't lose too many of y'all on that one. Thing's cool. Um, I'm sure there's something I'm missing, but I can't remember everything. If there's something I'm missing, y'all let me know. Oh, yeah, y'all want to do the Beat 16? I got one more piece of Beat 16 to go over. I know a lot of people have left, and that's fine. I understand. Um, but here's the last Beat 16 piece. And this is the custom T-Bird. As you can see, this was stripped. I don't know how it was stripped, but we was lucky to get this. We were looking in a room. Chris looks down, and under the edge of the thing, there was a few of these setting out, and he picked this up and said, "I think this was one of the last ones you was missing." And I was like, "Yes, for sure." So I asked the guy, and he says, "Oh, I just picked those up. They're not for sale. I'm going to custom these." So obviously, I was like, I'd like to have it because I told him what the Beat 16 challenge. And he said, well, if you're going to use it for that, whatever, he told me I could have it for $5. So I was tickled to death to get it for 5. So if y'all kept up with the numbers, I gave 5 for that one, 5 for that one. So that finishes us up. And we had $11.50 left over to do the Beat 16 challenge. So this is the Beat 16, and this finishes the Beat 16. We can do a quick recap if you want. And this right here is the Firebird for the set. And I'll go through these one at a time, and I'll add them last two. Here's our Camaro. So this is the stuff that I'm going to be giving away. Now the plan is I probably won't give this away. I'll have a few more lives. I probably won't give this away till I get back from SEMA, so that I have enough time to give it away and then ship it and everything, and I have to be worried about if it gets there or whatever, because I'll be going back out in a few weeks to do that, and I'll be gone for a week. And there's the Barracuda. Here's our Ford J car, and it's in not too bad a shape, really. The custom Eldorado, which is really cool. I'm glad to have 4 wheels and the hood, but I'm just tickled to have them in any shape sometimes. This one is one of the best ones that I believe we have in the collection as far as the shape. Blue Cougar there. The hood does come open, pop off. To show you, the hood does pop off, but we do have a hood, which is pretty cool. And it is a tab base too. Really nice base, really. So we got that. We got our Diora here. We have our Volkswagen. There's no wheels on the Volkswagen, by the way, but we do have a Volkswagen. Let's see. We got the hot heat. Not bad. Just missing the windshield on it, but pretty beat. Got the fleet side there. Pretty cool. Missing the bed, but got 4 wheels. Got the Mustang here. I thought that was really cool to get the Mustang. It's complete. Of course, it's kid painted green and black. Pretty wild. But it's got everything there on that one. Got the Corvette. Missing the hood there on that one. We got the Silhouette. As you can see right there, it's got a little bust on the window. And then we got the first one that I started with when I found it was the Python here. And so now we had, I don't know what color this is, and but whatever color that is, that's adding to it. It's either it's like a magenta or into a pink. I'm not for sure, but either way, it's probably a tough color, because I was trying to figure out which color it was. I think I've got one out here that's really close, but this one's a little bit different than the one I had. So really cool piece. So it's going in here. I don't know, maybe with the hot heat there. And I'll have to figure out where to put the custom T-Bird. And that finishes up all 16. We'll put it down here with the Ford J car, because the J car is a little smaller. And anyway, there she is, complete. And no, like I said, I'm just tickled that we finished that. We'll talk about it next couple of lives, and then when I get back from SEMA, we'll definitely know exactly when I'm going to give it away. That way all y'all can get entered, because I want to give it away to somebody on the live, and I think that'll be awesome. I'm trying to remember what was right there. I moved something from over there. But anyway, so I'm trying to think if that's everything that we want to go over right now. I will show you something funny, since any of y'all that hung out to the end can y'all probably laugh about it, but I wanted to show it to you anyway. Is some of my pickups that I actually left at Chris's place. I didn't get a chance to get them home. Obviously you see an Alf doll. It's an original Alf doll. I've got a top hat on. It's made out of plastic. I think it's might have been a popcorn bucket at one time, but it's Willy Wonka. And then of course I've got I don't know if y'all can see that there. I've got Burt Reynolds' stunt double there. A lot of people probably know him by a different name. It's Tom Selleck, but I always call him Burt Reynolds' stunt double just for fun. But anyway, ended up picking those up. Of course, I couldn't get those back this time, but I thought it was fun. Learned a lot. Got a chance to see a lot of things. Chris took me around. Had a blast. If you get a chance, go check out his channel. Definitely subscribe to Chris. Easy Pickings. Here's a picture of his, how to spell his channel. If y'all haven't seen before, it's basically at and his name there. But really, we collabing on all these, and obviously we're good friends. We talk about every day, message every day, and it is, it is what it is. Well, I'll be back out there in about 3 or 4 weeks and going to go do the SEMA show. I'm tickled to death, but obviously I'm going to try to get all this stuff, the videos for these. I'm probably going to have 3 videos from the Nationals to kind of go over. And then I've also got a Long Beach coming out, and Chris just let his out today. Forrest is it. Late but not out. All right, Forrest, what's going on? Silicon, yeah, he was in one of my old shirts, Mike. I had to put him in there. I've never seen a hanger like that. I appreciate it, Forrest. Yeah, we got everything. Finally got it complete. I was really tickled to complete it, to tell you the truth. I didn't think I was going to get it complete. And that last day, actually, found the beating it, and ended up finding a T-bird, and the guy didn't really want to sell it. So Chris actually found the T-bird right off underneath the guy's table that he didn't want to sell. But I'm glad that he saw it, and that kind of finished it and everything. I'm trying to remember what I had sitting here, because obviously I can't remember. And it's kind of weird that it's not there no more. So I don't know what I did with whatever that was. It was some kind of red lines, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, no big deal. We'll figure it out later. I can go watch the replay. I'm losing my mind sometimes. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I hope everybody had a good time. If there's anything else y'all want to know more about or see more of, please put it in the comments. I will try to have a regular live on Tuesday next week. And I'm glad everybody could come out and see me on a Wednesday. And I didn't want to mess anybody else's stuff up. Whoever else has lives on Wednesday, I normally don't do them, but I felt like I needed to since I didn't get a chance to do last week's. It was just kind of fun to, like I said, share all this stuff from y'all. It was a blast, a blur of a weekend. I can't say it went by so quick. Like I said, I can't thank Chris enough for showing me around. And if you get a chance, please check out his channel. That'd be awesome. And he helped me, and I helped him. We walked around. We talked to a lot of people. He'd go through 5 rooms. I'd go through 1 because I like to slap my jaw too long, but you know how that goes. But anyway, I hope everybody had a great time at the live. I had an awesome time kind of showing y'all some of the cool stuff. Like I said, I'll probably get a video out, I'm hoping, by the end of the week. I apologize. My other video from for the Redneck Rumble, I kind of messed it up. I don't know, going back and forth. So I'm hoping to have it out also, but next time. All right, Tool Time. It's all good, man. Better late than never on everything. Yeah, y'all can check everything out on the replay. And like I said, if there's anything else y'all want to know more about or see more of, just put it in the comments. Well, maybe you can put it in this video comment, or you can put it on, I've got an Instagram or whatever. But me and Chris will be collabing on a lot of these, so you'll see Chris's stuff in your feed. Go check his stuff out. Subscribe to him. He's got some really cool content. If you're into cars and swap meets, that's what he's into. And of course, that's what I'm into too, pretty much. And Hot Wheels. So anyway, I appreciate y'all. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, I saw Mike last weekend, I think it was. Last weekend was the Reseller Locker Room meetup. I went up there and checked that out with them on Friday. Had a lot to do to pick up on Saturday and Sunday, so I didn't get a chance to get back up there, but I had a great time seeing Mike and Mary and all those guys at the show. But anyway, if y'all get a chance, check out Chris's show. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I appreciate everybody coming back and seeing me. Try to do it live on next Tuesday. I've got wrote down Porsches and Blue Book Series 4. I don't know if I'll find that. I'm still hunting that. I don't know if there's anything else y'all want to know about, but if you do, put in the comments. But I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Y'all have a great week, and I hope to check y'all next Tuesday. Thank y'all. Bye.